Hey guys, Adam Maggio shooting from Lenoka Harbor. I just wanted to put together a video just to go over some of the simple concepts. There seems to be a little bit of confusion here about what we're actually doing. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to grow your business from where it's at to where you want it to be. Um, and talk to you about gross versus net profits to teach you a little bit about how to grow your business the right way and really just to keep focusing on the things that matter the most and the things that are going to make us the money. And you have to remember, really, all we're doing is three things here, okay? We are setting appointments with business owners, we are running meetings with business owners, and we're cashing checks, okay? So we're setting appointments with business owners, we're running meetings with business owners, and then we're cashing checks. Okay, those are only three things we do. And by the way, just so you know, if I do talk about any income today, no income's guaranteed. A lot of people think, the magical money magicians appear out of nowhere. All income we make does come from the sale of insurance, so just keep that in mind. But let's just get back to those three things that we do and kind of what stage your business is at and where you want to bring it to. And for most of you that are probably on here, you probably don't have a lot of experience doing this type of thing. Luckily for you, I do. Okay, and part of the progression is finding out where you're at in your business right now and where you want to bring it to and how to do those type of things. And those three steps right now, okay, the only thing you need to be focusing on is the first thing, and that's setting appointments with business owners. That's it. That is all you need to be focusing on. We are going to teach you how to grow from that phase to actually just running meetings with business owners with appointments set to basically getting to the point where you're just cashing a lot of checks. But you have to remember, all three of these steps take a little bit of time, energy, and effort. So typically when you start off in running any business, okay, you have two things you can give out. One is sweat, or the other is equity. Okay, what that means is you either need to have the sweat, which is your time, energy, and money to start a business, or you usually have to have your money to start a business, or a combination of both. Okay, so for most people on this line, I'm going to go back to the basics with you because I'm going to assume that you're going to be focusing purely on sweat. Okay, the sweat in this business is very simple. We need to get in contact with decision makers at companies or business owners, okay? Particularly those and highly compensated employees, because those are the ones that need our services the most right now, okay? What are we doing? This is very, very, very simple, okay? You need to understand how the industry works and why we're doing what we're doing. And when you understand that and you understand the value you're going to be able to bring to the table, knowing that you're always doing the right thing, this is going to be very, very, very easy, okay? People typically, okay, that have money typically have life insurance and large amounts of it. And there's a million and one different reasons why. And I'm not going to get into that right now because that's not something you need to know. That's something when you're running an meeting from the comfort of your own home, your own office, your own boat, okay? When you're running those meetings, you're going to have somebody teaching you those things as we go because you're going to be the third person on the line, okay? For instance, the other day, I was sitting in mesh shorts while we were running an appointment with a business owner in Las Vegas, Nevada, while the rep training me, okay, was out of California. Okay, that's going to be you. What you have to understand is the value you're going to provide to that business owner, okay, in our case, because of what's happened and laws have changed, because we're not asking them to purchase, although some of them are going to purchase something they don't already own, most of them already own this stuff. The problem is, because of the way the financial services industry is, a lot of them own the wrong things, okay, for a million and one different reasons. Okay, a couple of them, and just real quick, and I don't want to confuse you with a lot of things, is there was new laws created. There was new laws that were created to make the insurance companies that were selling life insurance use new rating tables because of longer life expectancy. So anybody that you know, literally anybody that you owe that owns a policy prior to 2009 is more than likely paying too much for this product because life insurance is based off life expectancy and life expectancy is now longer, okay? This insurance that they were sold prior to 2009 is technically it's outdated, okay? Meaning that right now that they could probably get better rates than what they're already paying. And that's just one scenario. The reason why this is so important is they already own it and nobody's went back to tell them that they can now pay lower rates. So you need to understand that. And there's a billion and one different things. And what makes it good here with us is we don't represent one carrier. You see, typically when someone starts off in the financial service industry, they only represent one carrier. When they represent one carrier, what products do you think they're going to recommend? That carrier's products. Of course they're going to. Well, we don't care what carrier that person's going to be a fit for because we represent all carriers. We literally represent every single carrier. So if one carrier is having is trying to get a particular product out to market quick, they may discount the fact that if that person's a smoker, they're not going to rate them as a smoker. And if we have that and we know what the person already has, we can now put them with that new carrier, therefore saving them money. So remember, those are things that you just need to know and have the confidence about when you're talking to people, because anyone that doesn't review a policy with you and with our team is nuts. Okay, more than likely, okay, not all the time. There's cases we will turn down, of course. If we're not a fit, we're going to turn them down. But more than likely, because we're sitting here doing the right thing versus representing one carrier, more than likely we're going to have something that's going to be a little bit better for them. It could be because of those laws. It could be for some things as simple as their goals have changed. You know, maybe when they purchased that policy 20, 30 years ago, their business was only worth X amount of dollars. Well, maybe their business has grown substantially. Maybe it's shrunk. These are all things that our senior reps are going to help uncover. All you need to know is have the confidence that the team behind all this is top notch, but we need appointments. And the only way to get appointments is to tell people about your business and what you're doing. Okay? And as we go here, here's the things that we're going to do. We're going to take you from spending your time on the phone setting these appointments, okay, to starting to build a team and teach you ways to get referrals from the appointments that you've closed and saved people money, to where you're just running second appointments, okay? Now, it's going to take a period of time, but as we teach you this second appointment, the I-meeting, you're going to spend less time focusing on that first appointment because I'm going to help build you a team, okay? And how I'm going to do that is by you doing something as simple as just sharing this video on your Facebook wall, on your LinkedIn, on your Twitter accounts, letting people know what business you're in. You know, the best way to talk about your business is just simply talk about your business. Tell people what you're getting into because they're going to want to know. You don't have to be afraid of not knowing everything, okay? That's the number one mistake an entrepreneur makes is it's like analysis paralysis. They want to know everything before they take that first step. That's not what you want to do here. You want as many at-bats as you possibly can, and we do that by setting appointments with business owners. And when you truly deep down believe that you're doing the right thing and that what you have to offer is something better than what they already have, you're going to be adamant about them spending that 40 minutes on that I-meeting to show them and how to save money. So the important part you have to remember is when you're starting off again, you have no expenses. Okay, literally anybody with a laptop and a headset can do this. Everything is taken care of for you, okay? The numbers are provided, the scripts are provided, everything's provided. So there's no expenses, okay? All the money you make, that's called gross profit, okay? For a lot of you that are employees, you may make $45,000 a year, okay? $50,000 a year. Let's just say $52,000 a year for a round number. But you don't take home $52,000 a year, correct? If you make $1,000 a week, roughly on average, you take home $700 a week. The $1,000 would be a gross profit, and the $700 would be a net profit. Well, in business, it's the same way. What we're going to teach you how to do as you go along here is focus on the high-value activities, which in order, okay, from least important to most important, A is setting appointments. If you have money right now, okay, you could outsource setting appointments. Okay, there are telemarketers that will do that work for you for $8 to $10 an hour. Okay, now it's not going to be as good as you learning because remember you're going to have to teach this stuff. But if you had money, you could technically do that. You could have them fill up your schedule because the first thing of setting appointments can be outsourced easily. The second part, which is a little bit more valuable, is going to be the I-meeting. Okay, and I could tell you right now, I've ran them personally. I went through the scripts myself. Because we're doing this over the web, you don't have that confrontation that some people don't like of when you're actually sitting in front of a business owner. So, and then the third thing and the most important thing is going to be when you guys are actually running these I-meeting appointments, handing off the information to the back offices, and then having them basically just hand it back to you and say, here. Let's show them that. Now, you can grow your business this way. You can do it online by recruiting online, Okay, you can do it by establishing an office. Okay, and when we have those gross expenses, okay, or gross profits rather, you're going to have net profits. All the money you spend on offices, faxes, and things like that are going to come off that. That's a little bit down the road. Okay, when when you're pulling in six, seven, $800,000 and you're spending $100,000 to run your business, it really doesn't matter. But right now, that's not you. Okay, and again, I'm talking income. I'm telling you, there's nothing guaranteed here. A lot of people like to make promises. I'm not that person. I can only tell you what we've done and what we've been successful at doing. But if you do this right, again, we can grow this because the team behind this, including myself, is literally the top in the country. So you have to understand that. And that's kind of how we're going to build your business here. And what you have to remember in the beginning is you just got to focus on setting those appointments. Because all we do is three things. We set appointments with business owners, we run meetings with business owners, and we cash checks. Okay? Set appointments with business owners, run meetings with business owners, cash checks. Those are the only three things we do. However, if you don't have meetings with business owners, this is where we have to stop. I mean, there's just no way you can make a profit, okay, particularly in a business like this. And the way I really want you to view this, I'm going to let you go because it is the Jersey Shore and it is hot out, and I do have a boat and I want to go out on it. But what I'm going to leave you with is the fact that you're able, like if you tried to start a McDonald's tomorrow, do you realize that you have to have a lot of money, like a lot of money? You got to give McDonald's money forever. You're going to be putting out franchise fees, using their paper, cardboard, all this other good stuff. Do you realize that the money you have to put out is in the millions? Okay, we're here. I want you to look at it like you're going to become a franchisee with me, okay, and starting with nothing with a little bit of sweat. And when you do that, what's going to happen is there's no excuses. You can only say, Adam, I'm not willing to do this work you're telling me about. You can't not afford to do it. Okay, of course you can. Unless you can't afford a laptop, then we would just use a cell phone. Okay, but most of you are probably not in that position, and if you were, I've been there before. The second thing, a lot of people ask me about is, how do I go about building a sales team? You just go about building a sales team by showing people results. Okay, remember, it becomes a lot easier to recruit people onto your team once you have results. In the beginning, what you have is the naysayers. Okay, the people that'll tell you, it's not going to work. I mean, some of them are your family members. I mean, it has happened. I'm not going to sit here and tell you everyone's built to be an entrepreneur. Everyone can do it, but not everyone will do it. The best way to recruit people is by showing them results, okay? And it's not in a rub-it-in-your-face type thing. Some people get that impression from me. That those that know me know that's the last person I am. I'm probably one of the most humble people on the planet. But the reality of it is people don't believe stuff until they see it already done, okay? And that's the best way to start bringing people into this business. I highly recommend you get the videos out, you start talking to people, but I really recommend that you encourage you to show people your results, okay? Even if it's just your first appointment, tell people about it, okay? Because people are going to be curious. When you look at an average income right now of about $46,000, it's not going to take too many of these appointments to replace someone's full-time pay. And believe me, I get nothing better out of showing people how to fire their boss than anything, because let's face it, working for someone else, okay, the man, the woman, whatever, is not where most people want to be at, okay? A lot of these people have gone to college, paid lots of money, and are literally in debt for the next 20 or 30 years paying off these student loans. The more you decide to help people and show them exactly what they need to do to get out of this little rut they're in, because it is just a rut, the quicker you're going to be able to build that team where you're just running those second meetings. So, but this is all a process, and you got to be committed to the process. So with that being said, I'll dive into a couple more things, but I'm going to focus mainly on this entry-level stuff. Remember, set appointments, run meetings, and cash checks. Okay? Peace.